How's it going? I'm Zach, and this is my Autodarts kit. So this is not necessarily something I personally designed, but all of the accessories and everything else that goes into it, I print it, I put it together, I assemble it. This is actually mine that I play on practically every day. So I'm going to go through the process of what does it look like to actually assemble this thing. So uh, if you ordered it from me, thank you. But this is actually also based on the design by Omo, Ommo. So yeah, you're going to be getting all of this, and effectively what's in your kit. There will be 9 of the ring segments, 3 of the ring segments where it has a place for the camera legs to go, 3 of the camera mounts and camera legs. They should already also have the camera pre-installed, should already have custom firmware put on them so that they have better exposure, better settings, performance, etc. when you're playing auto darts. You're also going to have 12 of these ring gap covers and 12 of these ring the light ring washers. This is something to just help with assembly, hold things together. You're going to have screws to hold the camera legs together, and then also assembly screws to hold the individual ring segments to each other. So ideally, you're going to have a M3 and M4 screwdriver or very tiny Allens to assemble this. And I'm going to go through the process of what's it like to actually put it together. As you can see, the finished product up behind me, it's actually really durable. I've blasted my head on it a few times. It's good. All right, so starting off, first things first. The first things you're going to do, according to the instructions, because I want to do this the exact same way you're going to be told. We've got the cameras with the ring segments for the legs. Those are going to go together. And then you're going to get the ring segments. There should be six screws for the ring segments. And this is an M4. Let me just double check. That's M4. Nope, I need... There we go. So you're going to need an M4 adapter to put these through. And it should just be, I don't know if you can see this very well, but we've got this. It only has heat set inserts on the edges. There is nothing in the middle. Same thing for this camera leg. The screw will actually pass all the way through back here for the assembly. Now, I'm sure some of you out there have got power tools, have got electric screwdrivers, anything like that. You can do that. You just do have to be very careful because some of those have so much force and torque that you can't really feel the fact that this heat set insert, it's a pretty fragile little insert. As they get heated up, it melts the plastic, holds it in place. It won't take a whole lot of force to just rip that out and then you've stripped it. If that does happen to you, just if you have a soldering iron, get the soldering iron hot, push it on there and hold it. You don't have to actually push in on it. Just touch it for probably 5 seconds, and that's enough to heat the insert and the surrounding plastic to reset it. But I like to do it by hand so you can feel that you're not doing it so much that it's starting to slip. All right, so 2 of these per leg. These are the bigger, fatter screws. All right, 1 done, pretty easy. Just line it up. Now, if you're curious about the additional hole that's poking through there, that additional hole is depending on how you want to do your lighting on the inside. That just gives you an extra pathway to come up through the leg and put the wiring all the way through and make it super clean. Personal preference, it doesn't have to be used that way, but if you'd like to, that option's available for you. And these things don't have to be super tight, just put it in there till it's firm and don't force it past that. Once you start to feel that it's sucked down and that the pieces are flat against each other, that's going to be enough force to hold this thing together. All right, last camera leg. All right, that was easy. Let's see what the next step is. So to do each of the segments in between the legs, it's going to be 3 of these leg segments, and you'll just take the ring segment and slide them together. Should just look like a little puzzle piece. Just slide it together. You'll hear some clicking because of the layers and everything, but just get it till it's flat. Once it's flat, you'll need the ring spacers. Will go in between. Take a good note on the direction of them because they do have a little bit of a curve. So you want that curve to follow your ring. And these are a step down in size. On my kit, I'm actually using the 2.5 screw bits to put these together. Again, if you want to use electric, that's fine, but these are even smaller heat set inserts that are even more sensitive, so do please be careful to not strip them out. And you're just looking for it to be firm. Does not have to be super tight, because as you can see, this one, it doesn't even have screws in it and it's still holding itself together. So just something to give it some extra support, because all it's really going to do is hold up some LED strips. So it doesn't take a whole lot of strength. You just want it in there tight, but not crazy. Everything should be lined up so that your screws should just kind of fall into place and get right in there. If they don't, just kind of wiggle it a little to try and find it so that it gets those threads and gets in there. You don't want to get it cross-threaded. You don't want to force it. If something is wildly out of alignment, that same trick that I said for resetting the heat set inserts with a soldering iron, that can also be used to warm them up and then just kind of realign them just in case they are out of alignment. But hopefully that doesn't happen to you, but that option's available in case you're struggling. You're going to do 3 of these at a time. And honestly, this kit was designed so well that a lot of this stuff will hold itself in place. Like, those washers are a tight fit. This thing was designed very well. Everything is very tight tolerances, but that's why I like it. Personally, I like to get the first few started with just your fingers and then finish it with the screwdriver. Seems to make things go a little faster. right, last set. And again, just sliding these into place like a puzzle piece. Don't force it. It should snap in exactly where you want it. All right, so we've got our 3 separate segments all put together. The wash plates, the covers in between them, those are all put together as well. Now it's time to really make this thing come to life. So you're going to do the same tactic of putting these, but now you're going to be doing it with the camera legs and the rest of the ring segments. Exact same assembly method, but now you just got a little bit more in the way. That's all right, you're almost there. This thing goes together pretty quick. I like to do one set at a time with these so that by the end of it, it all comes together a little easier. You're welcome to do it in whatever order you want. It's a circle. It all goes together basically the same way. All right, and last one. right, so after that, you should have 6 screws left, 3 more washers. Now we're going to really put the whole thing together. There's those 2. Those together. There we go. Now we just need a couple more screws and we're assembled. All right, and just like that, you have a full assembly. So the next part is pretty important. The next part's going to be, how are you going to mount this up there? And so for the time being, I'm going to change this around. All right, so for the next part, this is pretty important. The software, it's expecting your cameras to be put up here in a particular way. Granted, it's either one way or the other, but it doesn't necessarily matter which camera you choose, but one of the cameras needs to be lined up with the 6 or lined up with the 11. Because if it's not, the software, as it's trying to figure out where's the 20, where are the other numbers, doesn't work very well. So when you're putting it up here, you do need to think through that part. So think about, where do you want the camera to be that's lined up with the 6 or the 11, and where is your computer going to be? If you don't have a dedicated computer and you're just plugging this into your own laptop that sits on a shelf on the side, take that into account for where these cables are going to go. I personally like to route mine back behind the surround here. They're just tucked in. They're safe back there. Even darts that hit the surround don't puncture far enough that they've ever done any damage. They're safe to go behind your surround. So keep in mind that is a requirement, the 6 and the 11. Personally, I've got mine. My computer is mounted and just sitting up behind my TV up here. Comes in super handy because then whenever I'm ready to play, I just turn the TV on. Computer's always there, it's always running. But again, keep in mind that you're going to have 3 cables plugged into that device at all times. So yeah, here's your completed dart ring. Up it goes. The final step, just for some looks, are these ring gap covers. They're helpful because especially once you get that LED light strip in there, where these ring segments go together, there can be a little bit of a light leak that comes through. So it's very helpful to get these put on here. All you really need is a few dabs of super glue, hold it in place, you're good to go. But that is the last bits to dress it up. I do also have these. These are the laser lines so that you don't have to put something out on the floor to know where it is you're supposed to be standing. You can have just a self-contained unit where the dart line is up on the wall. Turn it on and off when you're ready to play. It shoots a line that's just about yay long so that you can play over there. That way you have a self-contained unit that's up on the wall. You don't have to get anything out when you're ready to play. You just simply turn the TV on, turn your line on, off you go. So hopefully that helps with your assembly. I'm going to do another video that includes all of the how do you actually claim your dartboard, how do you set up Autodarts with a new account, and probably do another one down the road that's also going to include some of the customizations that I've got, because I've got some fun stuff. So thanks for watching. Oh, so thanks for watching, and also if you like this and you want one of your own, Gizmo Gadget, that's my shop name. It's actually Gizmo Gadgets and Gifts on Etsy. I'll put a link in the description below, probably even put one in one of those corners. I don't know, but that's the kit that I sell. I have everything in different packages so that if all you want is the dart ring, say you don't have the printer, but you do have the DIY know-how to be able to put the cameras in, run your own cables, that's fine. I'll give you just the plastic so that you can do the rest yourself. If you want that with just the cameras, that's great too. Add in the LED light strips so that you get the nice lit surround with no shadows. That's very important. The Autodart system works well when there's no shadows, when it's very well lit. If it's dark, that's where, well, these are cheaper webcams. They don't necessarily perform great in very low light, dim situations. That's where that LED light strip comes in handy. So I've got everything from just the basic kit to one that includes the LED light strip, one that includes the dart laser line, all the way up to one that even includes the computer where I preload Linux onto it with the Autodart software, with some other hacks, because these things are basically streaming HD video to the processor to analyze the video 30 times a second times 3. That's a lot. So I do put a couple of little hacks on there just to make it so that even an underpowered cheap computer can handle what this is actually trying to do, because this is honestly, it's pretty advanced. It's measuring where these things are landing, it's doing your heat maps, it can even detect if a dart hits and then bounces out, because it will see the dart come into the frame and bounce out. Whenever you're reaching in, grabbing your darts, going to the next player, it notices your hands are in there. It's a pretty advanced system, but it can be run on a budget computer because of some of these things that get customized. So I even have systems that include all of that. And honestly, one of the favorite things that I use is this nice little keyboard. It's Logitech, it's reliable. It's got volume up and down built into it because I do use the TV speakers to call out whenever somebody's playing what the score was. It's got a built-in touchpad, trackpad. So this is my mouse and keyboard whenever I'm playing, that I can just set this next to me and can control everything from where I'm standing. So everything from the basic do-it-yourself system to turnkey, plug it in and go. I'll give you everything you need. Gizmo Gadgets and Gifts on Etsy. Still building out the direct website, but these things are great. I play it all the time. Incredibly accurate. I'd say, honestly, 99 out of 100 of these land, and I don't have to correct it. Very highly accurate for no more than what the software, I mean, it's free software. You don't have to pay for it. There's no subscription fees. I can hop on right now and be playing with somebody in Germany. Anybody in the world that has this Autodarts software running on their computer, Mac or PC, Linux, Mac, Windows, any computer can run this. You just can't run it on a tablet. You could do the screen on a tablet if you don't have a dedicated computer up there, or sorry, if you don't have a dedicated TV up there, you could do the scoring and everything on a tablet. You just can't run the software that's doing the detection of the darts from a tablet. You do have to have a Mac, Windows, or Linux PC that's doing that part of it. So I've been doing this, honestly, I think I've been playing with this stuff for a little over a year now, done quite a bit of customization, so happy to show you guys more, but if nothing else, I at least wanted to have a good demo to show how do you put these things together, how easy it is, and get you going. Thanks.